doctor. How are you?
I'm fine, Prashant. How are you? Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing well. How you are doing?
Very good.
How's
Very
your
good.
pet?
My pet Danny, she's okay. She was being a little difficult yesterday, but I think it's a weather change, so
Okay.
she's
Okay.
just being a little difficult. But okay, cool. Welcome
Okay.
everyone to the third episode of or the third edition of Know Your Pet, where we discuss all things related to pets and
Okay.
beyond. We've been doing this for about 4, 5 weeks now almost. This is our third session, and we have experts like Dr. Dilip, who's here with us to discuss about various issues, and we try and cover different aspects of well-being of pets, be it physical, emotional, or even social. And usually, topics we kind of cover are very interestingly picked up from Wiggles Tribe, which is where pet parents communicate with us, raise their issues, their concerns, and our experts help answer them. And it is the largest community of pet parents in India. And anybody who's watching, if you're interested, please do join Wiggles Tribe, and you can continue these conversations there. And for today's topic, we have something very interesting. And it is very relevant because there's monsoon, there's lots of water, there's the weather change happening, and we've been witnessing a lot of pet parents get concerned about excessive itching in their pets, or red spots and soreness and infections. So if you're facing something similar, then this is a good one to have. Dr. Dilip Sonane, who's a director of veterinary sciences, is here to kind of talk to us about what are the usual issues that happen, how can you help your pets at home, what kind of medications available, what are home remedies, and all those. And as always, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat, and I will try and address them and have Dr. Dilip answer them for you as we go along. So that's really the context of our conversation today. So, Doctor, let's get going. And I want to start with a completely different thing. In fact, this happened today evening. Funnily, there was a little puppy who came to our office today earlier. It was a 3-month-old Shih Tzu, and this female, I don't want to take her name, but this female was really scratching herself a lot, and her parents were actually trying to kind of figure out a way why she's scratching, because also she's so young, right? So and this is the first time they're being pet parents, and I'm sure a lot of people that we have with us are similar. So let's start at a very, in middle of the conversation. How can you help a young pup, as young as 3 or 4 months old, who's itchy and scratchy? Let's start there.
So, when young puppies used to come, it's very interesting topic, Prashant. I want to start with something very important, because when young puppy they brought to home, okay. So first of all, they have to check whether they are using correct floor cleaner, because puppy sleeps around 18, means 9 to 10 hours, 10 to 12 hours. Okay, depends on their metabolism and resting energy. Okay, so they used to sleep on floor. Okay, how much you try to give them bedding material, good bed. Okay, but they they don't like that. They are direct floor pe jaake so jate. If you are not using pet friendly floor cleaner, that is the first culprit, okay, where contact allergy dermatitis is the first chance.
Got it.
Then second is usually puppies do that. They poo or pee on the floor, and they sleep in that material only. Okay, moist area.
Yeah.
So nowadays, moist area is favorable for fungus, secondary bacterial growth, and that's where they can start itching. Then again, another thing is that this season is like worm load is heavy. Okay, because indigestion problems are there. allergic dermatitis, means food allergy dermatitis is very common in this season. They are very more puppies are they cannot digest processed protein very easily. Okay, so they can show food allergy dermatitis, and most important, pollen grains, pollen grain allergy is also there. Okay, means flowering surface. Now, means there are many flowering plants. Okay, they means produce pollen grains.
Yep.
And when pollen grains lodge on their body, then puppies can start means itching and scratching. So ये बहुत important है pet parent ने पहले young puppies में, because skin growth and development stage में होती है, fur भी growth and development stage में होता है, and it's very sensitive because वो एक ट्रांजिशन फेज होता है, उनकी स्किन बाहर के क्लाइमेट के साथ एडजस्ट करती है, तो वो इतने रिएक्टिव हो जाते हैं कि पोलन ग्रेन्स लॉज हो गए या फिर रॉन्ग फ्लोर क्लीनर इज फर्स्ट कल्प्रिट. ओके, सो दे शुड यूज पेट फ्रेंडली फ्लोर क्लीनर like the floor cleaner which will be plant based, alcohol free, wet approved. Okay, and kids friendly, kids friendly and pet friendly. So I would like to explain about that itching in young puppies. Okay, these all points.
Got it. So basically, if I was to just sum up all the points, you're saying one is obviously chemicals and toxins that are present in chemical based or harsh cleaning substances that you use in the house. That's one big. Then is of course hygiene in general. Them being in clean environment and not being around in moist environment because of infections. Food allergies is third. And then the last one you spoke about is things like pollens and other allergens that can possibly irritate their skin. So, and especially with puppies, what I understand is because they are at a growing stage where their skin is undergoing development. So these things are excessively important, and they're more sensitive to these things than probably a grown-up dog is. And hence you need to be more careful. So that kind of brings me to my next sort of question, which is, are these the same factors that are also responsible for skin problems in grown-up dogs, or are there any additional or any lesser examples or lesser causes that are there?
Yes, basic. See, in India, everywhere. Okay, I saw that primary cause is different and secondary cause is different. क्या होता है कि बहुत ही इनिशियल स्टेज में एक स्किन इन्फेक्शन स्टार्ट हो जाता है. लेट्स से अगर उन्होंने एलर्जिक फूड दिया, फूड एलर्जी डर्मेटाइटिस उसको होगा, तो वो स्क्रैचिंग स्टार्ट करेगा. व्हेन पेट स्टार्ट स्क्रैचिंग, सो वहां पे ऊन बन जाएगा, वहां पे बैक्टीरिया ग्रो हो जाएगा. बैक्टीरिया ग्रो होने के बाद फेवरेबल सिचुएशन से फंगस भी ग्रो हो जाएगा. सो इट विल कन्वर्ट ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम मिक्स्ड इन्फेक्शन. And unnecessarily we have to treat that allergy, fungus and bacteria. So primary cause is always different, and secondary, bacteria and fungus, is always different. Okay, so we have to be very particular. See, history of the animal, then their age and breed, sex is very important, and we have to catch that this infection very early.
Got it.
If you find out initial, and for skin problems, I will always suggest to pet parents, prevention is better than cure.
Okay, so that's interesting because one of the questions that just came up because you were earlier also talking about floor and the kind of chemicals we use. Somebody asked a question. Shomi asked this question that her dog, I'm assuming, sleeps on woolen carpet. So her name's Daisy, and she's a puppy. So is woolen carpet a material that is okay, or could it lead to allergies? Is there anything that you can share about that?
That material is okay, Prashant. Okay, that material is definitely fine. But what happens sometimes, puppies क्या करते हैं कि उस material में सुसु कर देते हैं और उसके बाद वो wet बन जाता है, and if वो उस material में half an hour भी मतलब वहाँ पे मतलब सोए या फिर they sleep on that floor for 20-30 minutes, it's enough time to catch up that skin problem.
Got it. So it happens
They
very
can
quickly.
start on it.
So it happens very quickly, you're saying. It's not like it
Yeah.
takes a long time. Any
No,
kind
no.
of irritation on the skin, I'm assuming, if they have a little bit of irritation because of any problem, like moisture or hygiene, then they scratch it and then the problem starts getting worse. So,
Yes.
a good thing is, I think a lot of pet parents, including me, what happens is we only get to know when we see our pet scratching themselves is when we realize that there is a problem.
Yes.
Before that, nobody really figures out. So the moment you catch your pet scratching, please don't ignore it. It's not, they're not just doing it because, they're bored or for any other reason. They're doing it because there is something growing, some problem they're facing on the skin, which is irritating, much like how it happens with us. If a mosquito bite happens or something, some other allergy starts scratching. So it's the same principle. So please take that very, very seriously.
Yes.
The other thing I want to talk about is there are a couple of questions which I want to start taking now because they're very relevant. And this kind of segues into a little bit on the dryness side. Okay, there's an interesting question from Possum Kiwi that her pet has skin dryness around the ear area. So what are around the ear area next to the कान के? तो इसके क्या reasons हो सकते हैं और what are the problems that this could lead to dryness in the ear or any other part of the body?
Okay, so definitely ear के around जो dryness है, it indicates food allergy and definitely processed protein allergy. So pet parents should check ear, means back side of the ear, armpits, lower side of the stomach, then elbow area के बीच में जो होता है वो भी check करना चाहिए, anus area भी check करना चाहिए. Definitely वो dry area सिर्फ कान के पीछे नहीं रहेगा. Okay. वो और 2-3 जगह पे रहेगा, मतलब armpits में या फिर पेट पे या फिर पीछे anus region में या फिर hairs के. तो ये पैचेस वहाँ पे होते हैं. And it means there is deficiency of biotin or means omega 3, 6 and 9 fatty acids.
Got it.
And sometimes food allergy. These are the reasons they have to check.
Got it. So dryness is primarily because of food nutrition imbalance mostly.
Nutritional imbalance.
Dryness is not necessarily a skin infection like fungal infection or something. It's a completely different. But
nourishment is somewhere compromised. That's why
nutrition is compromised. But tell me, I'm just assuming this, that if in case a pet has a dry skin, it's possible that they will scratch it and it can turn into an infection, right? That's a possibility.
Yes. See, there are 40 to 50% skin diseases starts with dry skin.
Oh,
what happens? It's very interesting, Prashant, because pet parent has to take care of this because they have to take this thing very seriously. Okay. First of all, skin becomes dry. Then they start scratching. Scratching leads to secondary bacterial infection, then fungal infection, and it becomes very horrible. And treatment lasts weeks and weeks. It takes weeks to get to the normal. Okay.
Got it. Understood. So I'm going to go to another question now, and this question is actually, you mentioned this, which reminded me. This question has been asked by Angat, who's asking that his pet gets fungal infection. I know he has a dog. He's a Labrador Golden Retriever, in fact, and he gets fungal infection very common. So there are two questions that I have in my mind. Okay, one is you already explained how fungal infection happens. First starts with scratching. It becomes bacterial, then becomes fungal. How can one go about addressing that if there is fungal infection? And is there a chance of recurrence of this? Because what happens is once a pet gets it, we start seeing it's recurring again and again often.
Yes. So Prashant, fungal infection is quite lengthy infection, and its treatment takes. We have to continue treatment for weeks. Okay. So pet parent ने ये समझना चाहिए कि अगर फंगल इन्फेक्शन हो गया, so they have to identify it at early stage because fungal infection is very typical. Skin becomes reddish and blackish, and एक typical smell होता है उसका, ऐसा stinking smell होता है, जैसा एक सड़े हुए अंडे का जैसा स्मेल आता है, वैसा एक स्मेल आता है स्किन से. सो वो स्मेल अगर आया तो उन्होंने समझना चाहिए कि समथिंग इज गोइंग रॉन्ग. ओके, एंड दे शुड स्टार्ट ट्रीटमेंट एट अर्ली स्टेज एंड शुड कंटिन्यू प्रॉपर ट्रीटमेंट. बिकॉज क्या होता है कि ट्रीटमेंट स्टार्ट होने के बाद फंगल इन्फेक्शन 8 to 10 डेज में कंप्लीटली ठीक होने लगता है.
ओके,
बट इट्स नॉट राइट, मतलब वो 100% ठीक नहीं होता है. You have to continue the treatment with supportive means nutrition for the skin, like omega fatty acid supplements, anti-allergic therapy, biotin supplement, good food. वो मतलब skin की health plus antifungal treatment they have to start. They have to continue around 3 to 4 weeks. Then only that fungal infection goes permanently. Otherwise, it keeps reoccurring.
Doctor, 1 second. I have a couple of comments here saying nobody can hear us. Guys, can you hear us? Is it anybody else not able to hear us? Sam 93 says we can't hear you, so I'm just checking with others. Can somebody respond if you guys can hear us or not? I'm guessing others can.
Now?
No, Doctor, I don't think there's a problem. So yes, they can hear us. I think Skasam, you may want to check your settings. All the other people, they can hear us. Doctor, it's fine. I mean, you can continue. So I'll go to my next. Yes, thank you, Shreya. Thank you so much. And I'm going to take your question next. You're talking about food, so I'll come to food a little later. But let's come back to this. And Doctor, one thing, of course, hygiene is very important, right? Especially in monsoon time, etc. So tell me, there's an interesting question that is it okay to give people pets bath in monsoon time, especially when the weather is like that? If not, what are the other ways to kind of groom them or make sure that they stay hygienic?
Yes. So see. For now, if your pet is staying indoor, so there is no need to give bath for 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, you can give bath once a 4 week. Okay, once of 3 or 4 week is enough. Okay, just to avoid matting or dust and other allergens and other dirty material on the body. Okay, but in these per week you can use a good quality waterless bath shampoos. Okay, dry shampoo you can use. You can wipe your pet with safe wipes. Okay, but take care कि your pet should be dry properly. Okay, if moisture वहां पे अगर रहेगा so problem start हो जाएंगे. फंगस ग्रो होगा ही होगा, बिकॉज डॉग्स आर वेरी वेरी पर्टिकुलर इन सम टाइप ऑफ फंगल इन्फेक्शंस, एंड वो फंगल इन्फेक्शन स्टार्ट होने के लिए 1 hour का टाइम इनफ होता है.
ओके,
यस,
गॉट इट. there is a slightly weird in the sense, slightly odd question, but I'm still going to ask it. Does air scratch have anything to do with these infections? A lot of dogs have seen that like to air scratch. Does it have any relevance to any kind of skin problems?
Scratching
in the air.
Scratching in the
air. Either they scratch, just their paws with their paws. वो हवा में ऐसे scratching करते रहते हैं या फिर किसी और चीज.
Yes. Prashant, this is not weird question. Okay, this is absolutely correct question. Okay, see, one bacteria, staphylococcus. Okay, that bacteria, what happens? Pet gets infection in their paws. Okay, and it's really they feel too much itchy. Okay, our vehicles was suffering with that infection. Okay, and it lasts. That infection was continued up to 6 months. Okay. Sometimes he was doing like that. Okay, because वो क्या होता है, पॉज में ना ऐसे ऐसे एकदम रफ होता है, एंड वो एकदम ही मतलब उनको क्या करना है मतलब समझ में नहीं आता, इतना इचिंग हो जाता है. सो होता क्या है कि वो जहाँ पे कान में अगर स्क्रैच करेंगे तो वो इन्फेक्शन कान में स्प्रेड हो जाता है, अगर यहाँ पे उन्होंने स्क्रैच किया तो वो वही बैक्टीरिया वहां पे स्प्रेड हो जाता है। एंड जब उनको कुछ समझ में नहीं आता तो वो ऐसे 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 करते हैं। तो दैट इज द थिंग, मींस डेफिनेटली पेट पेरेंट शुड नॉट इग्नोर दैट।
Yeah.
They should take pause, okay, and if anything abnormal they should meet to their veterinarians.
Understood. Shomi, thank you for asking that question. It was not something that was on my mind, and it's a great question. So thank you.
Yes.
Dr. Anushka asked a question which is around mange or mangi. I don't really know how to pronounce it.
Mange.
Yeah. So what are the causes and what possible solutions can somebody look at for this?
Yes. See, mange is generally it's a mite. Otodictis cyanotis is the name of that mite.
Okay.
And demodicosis. Okay, demodicosis is scientific name. तो demodex is a mite. So क्या होता है कि ये बॉडी में होता है पेट के, मतलब it's there, but it's completely depend on immunity.
Okay.
Okay. Whenever immunity goes down, means up to certain level, okay, so ये mite infestation start हो जाता है. And it's very important कि वहां पे विटामिन ई, ए, बायोटीन, omega 3, 6, 9 fatty acids and good food you have to give. Because mange infestation, mange वो एक जनरल ब्रॉड टर्म है, mange उस डिसीज को कहा जाता है. तो mange होने के बाद फिर सेकेंडरी बैक्टीरियल, फंगल एंड मींस इट्स अ इम्यूनोसप्रेसिव डिसीज. इट caused because of compromised immunity. Okay. So immunity अगर ले से early age में, and it's a disease of young puppies.
Okay.
Yes.
And what are some symptoms, doctor, of this disease?
Symptom first of all एक होगा कि उसके माउथ के ऊपर के, नाक के एंड आईब्रोज के ऊपर के बाल जाएंगे, and he start vigorously itching and scratching.
Okay.
एंड वहां पे पस होना स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. उसके बाद एलोपेशिया होगा, बाल नहीं रहेंगे कुछ भी. ओके, एलोपेशिया, प्रूरिटस, देन दे स्टार्ट विगरसली इचिंग एंड स्क्रैचिंग. ओके, देन इट स्टार्ट इचिंग एंड स्क्रैचिंग ऑन एल्बो रीजन. देन पूरे बॉडी पे जो है, मतलब उनकी पूरी बॉडी ब्लैक हो जाएगी, और ब्लैक बॉडी इस तरह से ब्लैक हो जाएगी उसके ऊपर एक एक बाल भी नहीं रहेगा. ओके, एंड this is very weird disease actually, and it takes around 6 to 7 months to get healed. Okay, so people should use proper food. They should use proper immunity booster in a young age, proper vaccination and deworming. Okay, these are very very important things every pet parent should take care. Okay, and they should understand that mange is the disease of immunocompromised pets.
जिनका इम्यूनिटी कम होता है.
Yes, जिनका इम्यूनिटी कम होता है उन्हीं को ये डिसीज हो जाता है.
And which is why it's more common in young puppies, because it takes time to build that strength and immunity.
It's a disease of young puppies.
Yeah, got it. Understood.
Young puppies and pregnant females, and recent mothers. Okay. Yeah.
Got it. There is a very practical question that I'm going to take after this, and that question is it okay to let your dogs and cats go out and play in the rain in this season?
See, as a doctor, I would like to say that it's fine. Okay, but pet skin is very sensitive. Their skin is not like human beings. Okay, because ये हमें लगता है कि हम जैसे रेन में जाके एंजॉय कर सकते हैं, वो उनके लिए एंजॉय नहीं है. Because their skin has particular pH. Okay, and that means rainwater is not sterile water, or it's not good water. It's contaminated water.
Yep.
Okay, so contaminated water or salty water हम ये कह सकते हैं. तो अगर रेन वाटर में मतलब अगर भीग गया गलती से, उन्होंने इंटेंशनली तो छोड़ना नहीं चाहिए, डेफिनेटली छोड़ना नहीं चाहिए. मतलब I will definitely means advise that कि it's not at all good. Okay, but if ऐसा हुआ by chance, okay, yeah, unfortunately their pet get wet in the rain, they have to clean their pet with aloe vera based shampoo, because aloe vera is a very good shampoo, because ये repellent है, aloe vera and tea tree oil कोई भी चलेगा,
Got
so
it.
oatmeal भी चलेगा,
Hmm.
प्रॉपरली क्लीन करना चाहिए, बिकॉज वो कंटामिनेटेड वाटर होने की वजह से उसके स्किन का पीएच बिगड़ जाएगा फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, उसके बाद उसको स्किन प्रॉब्लम स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे. ओके,
Understood. Understood.
यस,
So it's
एंड
usually used.
प्रॉपर ड्राई, यस, प्रॉपर ड्राई एंड क्लीन करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है.
Understood. So basically, the net takeaway should be that ideally it's not a very good thing to let them go out and play in the rain, because the water doesn't have the right pH for their body. And if at all they do get wet, then it's important to dry them, give them a bath, possibly with an aloe vera or a dry shampoo or something like that, which kind of takes all that
Yes, yes.
salts and contaminants away from them.
बिकॉज इट्स नॉट मीन्स इजी कि हम उनको 4 months तो घर में ही बंद करके नहीं रख सकते, वो तो बाहर जाएंगे, ट्रेन में वेट तो हो ही जाएंगे वो. सो ये
Correct.
प्रैक्टिकल है कि उनको एक रिजोल्यूशन उसी टाइम पे एलोवेरा या फिर ओटमील या फिर टी ट्री मीन्स किसी भी गुड शैम्पू जो कि स्किन के लिए यूजुअली वो यूज होता है, ओके, जो कि न्यूट्रलाइज करेगा, उस शैम्पू से बात करना चाहिए, प्रॉपर रिंस करना चाहिए एंड प्रॉपर ड्राई करना चाहिए, तो उनको स्किन प्रॉब्लम होने के चांसेस कम हो जाएंगे. Otherwise, they will definitely face a skin problems.
Understood. I'm getting some other questions as well, Doctor. Malika Dasgupta is asking about nutrition for pregnant and lactating mothers and new babies. So, Malika, unfortunately, we won't address that in this because we want to stick around the topic. That's why people have joined us. But I've noted that down, and we will reach out to you to address that question separately. So don't worry about it. We're on it.
Malika ma'am, you have my contact number. You can call me at any time, 24/7. I will guide you briefly on that.
Super. Super. So I'm going to actually now segue, Doctor, into something that came from Malika's question, which is obviously nutrition has a very strong role to play in the skin. We just discussed this in our first session also. Skin is the biggest organ of the body in humans as well as in pets. And nutrition plays a big role. So my question to you is, what are things that are good for the skin from a nutritional standpoint? What are things that should be avoided from a nutritional standpoint, so that the fur, coat, skin overall can stay healthy and avoid, dryness and infections and stuff like that?
Okay, I will be particular about current situation and current season. Okay, this season ये सीजन ही होता है कि जिसमें वर्म लोड ज्यादा होता है. ओके, सो पीपल शुड बी अवेयर अबाउट कि उन्होंने डिवर्मिंग करना चाहिए फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल रेगुलरली उनके पेट का. मतलब इफ इट्स ड्यू इन मिड रेन मींस आफ्टर 2 months, okay, but still they should deworm means starting of the rainy season, okay, irrespective of their due date and all. Okay, because worm load होता ही है and hookworms are something they are very dangerous. Means आप सुन रहे होंगे कि बहुत सारे पेट को suddenly लूज मोशंस वोमिटिंग्स हो रहे हैं. ओके, सो इट्स रिलेटेड विद द वर्म लोड एंड इंडाइजेशन. ओके, इंडाइजेशन की प्रॉब्लम रेनी सीजन में ही होते बिकॉज कंटामिनेटेड फूड, वाटर, वर्म लोड, दीज आर द कॉमन रीजंस बिहाइंड दैट. एंड सेकंड चीज ये है कि इस सीजन में एक लाइट फूड, मतलब जो हेवी न्यूट्रिशन, हेवी फूड होता है डाइजेस्ट करने के लिए, लाइक means the food which non-veg based, okay, chicken, mutton, fish, chicken, mutton specifically, red meat, it's quite difficult to digest. Okay, so जो फूड की मतलब फ्रीक्वेंसी है वो थोड़ी कम करनी चाहिए, एंड जो इजीली डाइजेस्टिबल फूड है वो देना चाहिए पेट्स को. ओके, एंड कर्ड शुड बी एडेड, नॉट कोल्ड कर्ड. ओके, रूम टेम्परेचर का जो कर्ड है वो ऐड करना चाहिए. प्री एंड प्रोबायोटिक्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. हाई फाइबर डाइट शुड बी देयर. ओके, high fiber diet is something very important in this season. Okay, every pet parent should add pumpkin seeds in their pet's diet, because pumpkin is natural dewormer and it gives additional omega-3, 6 fatty acids. Flax seeds and basil seeds also there. Okay, they can give additional nutritions, and they should give means additional means omega-3 6 fatty acids, and they should use good quality shampoo like aloe vera based, okay, and good quality food.
So
Okay.
doctor, one quick question that comes to mind is ye jo pumpkin seed or flax seed aapne bola, how to normally give them? Can they be just sprinkled on top of the food that the pet is having, or how do you
क्रश करके देना चाहिए डायरेक्टली.
crush karke? Got it.
Yes.
Understood. One more question that I had earlier that I kept for later, but I'll bring it up now, is a lot of cases are also coming up where, you know, the dog skin, especially around
Prashant, one thing I missed actually. Pet parents should add mushroom in their pet's diet. Okay, every day, because mushroom is rich source of vitamin E and D. Because in rainy season there is lack of direct sunlight. Okay, so vitamin D deficiency is very common. So mushroom should add, because mushroom is very good source of vitamin D.
I'll ask you the same question: how to give mushroom to a pet? Is it raw mushroom or boiled, and just whatever food they're eating, you can give with that, correct?
Yes, with turmeric, and means they can boil, and they can serve. Okay, they can add in the food.
Okay, so mushrooms, boiled mushrooms with a little bit of turmeric, great for vitamin E, vitamin D, especially because of lack of sunlight. Pumpkin, great for high fiber, as well as omega fatty acids that it has. Then pumpkin seeds and flax seeds and basil seeds, you said, for
pumpkin is natural. Pumpkin seeds are natural dewormer. That is their.
Got it.
Yes.
And then curd along with prebiotics and probiotics. So these are 5-6 foods, everyone, that you should remember. Please try and incorporate these if you don't already give it to your pet. And definitely do share this information with your fellow pet parents also, so that they can kind of, you know, add this to their diet during this time. I'm going to come to the next question. It is about red patches on you know, stomach, belly area, and thigh area.
Okay.
Can you talk about that a little bit? What is the reason for those red patches, and what kind of an infection is it? How to go about curing it?
Red patches only on lower area, means like thigh and belly area, is it is indicative of contact allergy dermatitis. Okay, and it's a typical allergy to means hypochlorites or chemical based floor cleaners.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's typical contact allergy dermatitis.
Okay,
so they should change their floor cleaner is the first treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because see, basic cause pet parent should vanish first of all. Okay,
mm-hmm.
So basic cause is wrong floor cleaner, and wrong floor cleaner is chemical based floor cleaner. They should use plant based floor cleaner, like means anything which is pet friendly. Okay, means vegans have that floor cleaner. Like we made very good floor cleaner, like kids and pet friendly floor cleaner. Okay, it has it's hypoallergenic or Tavlon. Okay, yes,
understood.
This is the.
So, and any kind of other home remedies that people can use in case of those, especially in case of this redness that happens, because it is because of a chemical inflammation, etc. So are there any home remedies that people...
Yes, there are home remedies. Okay, they can give they can apply aloe vera on the patches. Okay, and it's sufficient. Morning and evening they can apply for 5 to 6 days. It will it's sufficient.
It will heal.
Yes, it will heal.
Got it. And so this can be counted under allergy, external allergy.
Contact allergy.
Contact allergy. The other very common infection that I hear about is a yeast infection.
Yes,
and yeast infection again kind of gets very tricky to tackle. So can you talk a little bit about that? Let's start with what are the symptoms of a yeast infection?
Okay. See, Miss smell, I can't explain properly. Okay, but सी मैं ये तो समझा सकता हूँ कि ईयर में ऐसा मतलब क्या होगा कि क्रस्ट फील होगा एंड ईयर की जो साइज है वो काफी रफ होगी एंड ऐसे क्रिस्टल्स उसमें फॉर्म हो जाएंगे एंड पेट मतलब बहुत ही ऐसा एक एक ऑफेंसिव स्मेल आएगा ईयर से ईयर ओपन करते ही मतलब एक एक अजीब सा स्मेल आएगा जो कि ऐसा मतलब सोर स्मेल होगा अमोनिया के टाइप का स्मेल होगा ओके द स्मेल लाइक मिस रोटन मिस ammonia smell okay ammonia का smell like होगा and what will happen कि वो ईस्ट इन्फेक्शन वो कान में ही मतलब ईयर्स आर फर्स्ट साइट ओके ईयर से स्टार्ट होगा एंड वो ईयर्स में ही कॉमन है ओके बाकी किसी दूसरे जगह
seem to have yeah we lost you
yeah
for a second there, doctor, but you're back now. So you were saying it starts with ear, and so this is the
yeah,
symptom.
yeah.
What are the possible causes of this yeast infection? What causes this?
Moisture is a common cause okay because it's a bacterial infection and common cause is moisture.
Got
Secondary
it.
bacterial infection. Yes.
And last part of this is what are the possible remedies for this?
See, home remedy is means diluted apple cider vinegar is wonderful remedy. Miss 1/10 miss they can add 2-3 drops in 10-15 ml water and they can clean ear with that. Okay. Then ear cleanser is very good on that. Miss
Okay.
Yes, ear cleanser which consists of silver nanoparticle and means antimicrobial substances like tris EDTA, okay, and antibacterial substances like chlorhexidine. They can use this.
Understood. Got it. So, doctor, let's come to a little bit more about and I want to focus a little more about home remedies so that our pet parents can get some ideas as to what they can go do on their own. So we spoke about what kind of food additions that we can have, where we spoke about curd, pumpkin, flax seeds, and all of that stuff. Let's talk a little bit more about what can you do to keep your pet clean and hygienic at home, because I mean, it's monsoons. They can get wet. One thing you spoke about is keeping their skin dry. But any other tips on how to groom them at home that kind of helps them stay hygienic and dry?
See, pet parents should use organic shampoos, organic dry shampoos. Okay, organic means liquids. Okay, they can use 10-15 sprays on the body and they can wipe out. Okay, that is the method. Okay, they have used dry shampoo, but the dry shampoo should be organic. Okay, it should not the thing which can disturb their pH of the skin, and again pet parent means that pet can cause secondary skin infection and all, because this is the season. और मेरी मतलब मैं ऑनेस्टली ये बोल रहा हूँ कि इस सीजन में अगर स्किन प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं तो स्किन प्रॉब्लम जनरली जब तक रेनी सीजन है तब तक चलते हैं.
Okay.
They have to treat that skin problem up almost miss up to winter. Okay, because it keeps coming. Okay, so pet parent have to pet parent के पास एक ही तरीका है, वो है prevention.
Got it.
Good food, good nutrition. Okay, good floor cleaner, good shampoo. These are the specific things they have to stick to them.
Understood. Another question I have, doctor, is there are a lot of pet parents who have multiple pets at home, right? So I want to know from you is that which of these infections are contagious, which can travel to other pets, and which are non-contagious and can be easily managed?
Yes, yeast infection is not easily contagious. Okay. Mange is contagious. Fungal infection is contagious. Staphylococcus is contagious. Okay. And contact allergy dermatitis is not contagious. Okay. But all sort of bacterial infection and fungal infections are contagious. Means whenever my skin is turning to black to reddish. Okay, there is a bacterial infection and it's contagious.
Understood. And so if it is contagious, is it recommended that if one pet has that, they are kept away from the other pet, or how do you go about managing that?
Yes, they should isolate the pets.
Okay.
Yes.
Understood.
And क्या होता है कि कभी कभी सेम टॉवेल दे कैन मींस बाय मिस्टेकली एक पर दोनों को अगर बाथ दी और अगर पेट्स है, every pet has different skin, every pet has different physiology, means in short every pet is different. So pet parent ने अपने अगर 3 पेट्स है तो 3 पेट्स के 3 सेपरेट टॉवेल रखने चाहिए, 3 सेपरेट शैम्पू रखने चाहिए और वो एक्सचेंज नहीं करने चाहिए, बिकॉज 3 पेट की इम्यूनिटी एक जैसी हो नहीं सकती. ऐसा लगता है उनको कि यार मेरे पेट तो तीनों तो सेम ही खाना खा रहे हैं, एक ही घर में रह रहे हैं सब कुछ, बट एवरी पेट हैज मींस डिफरेंट फिजियोलॉजी. ओके, so they should use different towels, they should use different shampoos, and they should use supportive medication, nutrition.
Yeah, try and keep things individual. Like you wouldn't like to share your towel with anyone.
Yes, definitely.
You should. That's what I'm. Pets using sharing towels also, and other things. Of course, I can tell you from personal experience. I have 2 cats, and both of them have their own litter boxes. And I put that habit from a very young age because infection can travel from one to the other without knowing.
Yes. And cats are very fond of mites.
Correct. So let's talk about cats also a little, Doc. We've spoken a lot about pets.
I'm okay.
So about cats, so what are the common infections that cats have? Can you name 2 or 3, and what are those?
First and primary means very, very common infection in the cats is mite infestation. Okay. Mite infestation is very, very common. Otodactylus cyanotis is very common infection in the cats. Okay, so and it's their physiology. It's there in their body. Okay, whenever they're, and it's same like dogs. I told you earlier कि mange is the common infection. Okay, mange जैसा immune compromised cat में होता है, वैसा ही immune compromised dog में होता है, वैसा ही immune compromised cat में मतलब mites आ जाते हैं, बाद में पूरे बॉडी में mites फैल जाते हैं, उनके बाल चले जाते हैं, blackish हो जाता है स्किन. मतलब mange is disease of means dogs. Okay, and mite infestation is disease of cats. Okay, so you means prevention is, I would like to suggest prevention is first choice of treatment, and then secondary immunity. You can improve immunity of your cat. Okay, if immunity is good, then IgE level means immunoglobulin, which helps to nurture skin to healthy level. Okay, that you have to concentrate, because IgE level, if IgE level is in a proper concentration, then everything will be good.
Understood. And what are some of the other things? So mites is of course one that cat parents need to be careful of. And thank you. I'm going to check on my cats, though I haven't seen any symptoms.
Then fungal infection also very important. Fungal infection and bacterial infection is very important.
So same ones it's similar to what happens with dogs as well, right?
Yes.
Worms and yeast infections and all that can also happen with cats. Got it. There are a couple of other questions that I had. Let's quickly take a look what we have missed so far. One thing we haven't spoken of, which is very important and common, is ticks and fleas.
Yes.
And also tend to thrive in this weather, I'm assuming.
Yes. So, nowadays ticks and fleas are there for throughout the year. Okay. So they should prevent. Before starting of the monsoon, they should use proper anti-tick treatment, and they should use anti-tick shampoos. Okay, because क्या होता है कि generally water में tick मर जाते हैं. Okay, but greenery में ticks तो मतलब पूरे साल तक रह जाते हैं. Okay, so ticks का कुछ मतलब ऐसा कोई अभी specific season रहा नहीं है. Okay, ticks can misinfest at any time. Okay, so they have to prevent. Okay, because nowadays I'm observing, I'm feeling very sad actually कि um, 2 out of 10 pets are suffering with tick fever.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And
This is
why
my observation.
it's become such a big scale problem?
Because what happens कि एक टिक है, टिक ब्लड सक करते हैं, फिर हीमोप्रोटोजोआ बॉडी में जाता है, फिर वो आरबीसीज को डिस्ट्रक्ट करता है, प्लेटलेट्स कम हो जाते हैं, एंड सेम लाइक ह्यूमन बीइंग की डेंगू में जैसे प्लेटलेट्स कम हो जाते हैं, बॉडी वीक हो जाती है, जॉइंट पेन हो जाता है, डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम डिस्टर्ब हो जाती है, मींस जॉन्डिस इज अ सीक्वेल. ओके, सो टोटल इम्यूनिटी उसकी कॉम्प्रोमाइज हो जाती है. ओके, टिक फीवर इज वेरी बैड डिसीज एंड इट्स लाइफ थ्रेटनिंग डिसीज. ओके, सो आई एम ट्रीटिंग मिस आई एम टेलिंग कि प्रशांत, मतलब 10 में से 2 डॉग तो टिक फीवर से सफर हो रहे हैं. ओके, एंड बर्बिक्योसिस इज वेरी डेंजरस डिसीज. आई एम वेरी स्केयर्ड ऑफ डिसीज. Okay.
And tick fever ka what is the recommended course? And I don't think we want to discuss the actual medical course, but what are the initial steps that a pet parent can take when they start seeing some symptoms, and what are the symptoms that they will see?
Yes, first and foremost symptom is that ki pet will become very lethargic. First, he don't want to eat anything. Then pets gums become very pale. Okay, energy level is the thing. वो बहुत ही मतलब डाउन हो जाएगी वो, और उसको जॉइंट पेन होगा, मिस जैसे मॉर्निंग में एंड इवनिंग में. ओके, मॉर्निंग एंड इवनिंग टाइम में he will wean, means he will cry. Okay, and he will refuse to come out, he will refuse to walk. Okay, मतलब एक थोड़ा हाइपर एक्टिव हो जाने के बाद, थोड़ा एक्साइटेड होने के बाद he will sleep a lot. Okay, so these are the common, means you will notice typical lethargy.
Got it.
That is the first sign something is missing.
And is there anything that people can do at home, or is it something that needs to be addressed medically through a veterinarian?
Yes. I would like to misinform. I'm really very happy to coordinate and explain this thing. Whenever pet parent, see, pet parent ने पहले ऑब्जर्व करना चाहिए कि टिक्स थे. अगर टिक्स होने के बाद मतलब 5-6 दिन हो गए, एंड टिक फीवर का क्या है कि सपोज your pet's immunity is good, nutrition is good, so 2.5 months के बाद भी उनको डिसीज हो जाता है. Okay, because it's hemoprotozoa, and every pet parent should be aware about it. कि I will give you one example like typhoid. Okay, if we are suffering from typhoid, अगर हमें आज टाइफाइड हो गया, ट्रीटमेंट हमने ली, तो टाइफाइड हमारा ठीक हो जाता है 15 to 20 days में या फिर 1 महीने में. But we are carrier for the typhoid up to 1.5 years.
Got it. Okay.
So जब भी हमारी इम्यूनिटी डाउन हो जाएगी, हमें फिर से टाइफाइड होने के चांसेस हो जाते हैं. सेम लाइक कि टिक फीवर अगर आज हो गया, तो हमने एक मतलब पेट का ट्रीटमेंट अगर 20-30 डेज अगर किया, 1 महीना, सो पेट बिकम फाइन. ओके, बट ही इज कैरियर फॉर द टिक फीवर अप टू 1.5 year. So at any point of time अगर उसको टिक्स हो गए, उस टाइम पे पेट पेरेंट ने एक ही लाइन ड्रॉ करनी चाहिए कि इसको फिर से टिक्स होने नहीं देने. If same